Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 Origin Continent based on novel. So let's start. The cultivator camp has gained another lord. Nearly half of our power, and this new lord can withstand it. Jin, Mo Man, and Ming Huang's strength has recovered. The ancestors, with their outstanding observational and sensory abilities, immediately recognized Luo Feng's capabilities as soon as he appeared. This made them increasingly uneasy. Such a strong physical body, and can restore his companions to their pinnacle. The cultivator camp has gained a formidable lord. Who is he, and why do we have no information on him at all? The ancestors were temporarily unaware of any intelligence on Luo Feng. Given their status, they were more focused on the world-level primordials of the cultivator side. The so-called invincible beings below the braided cage. Every group of worlds has many. The innate primordial life camp is, after all, the opposing camp, and although it's possible to gather intelligence, it wouldn't be so timely. From being received to breaking laws with force, only less than 2 millennia have passed. This period remained a time of war, with every group of worlds on high alert, and the ancestors had no intelligence related to Luo Feng. Be careful, Mo Man's avatar has entered. Suddenly, a voice echoed in the minds of all the ancestors. Among the 73 ancestors, there was a giant exotic beast with dozens of hooves and claws, covered head to toe with countless eyes, over 1,000, observing the Lord's side. Under its watchful gaze, no move from the cultivator side could be hidden, and Lord Mo Man's sudden infiltration was naturally discovered. Mo Man has entered. The other ancestors tensed up. Mo Man himself was a primordial fluctuation. If he incarnated into a fluctuation, even the ancestors couldn't differentiate between these fluctuations. Ha ha ha, 1,000 eyes, you still found me. A reckless laugh echoed, his laughter carrying potent allure. The ancestors, with weaker minds, saw illusory realms manifesting before them. Let the entire infinite, primordial space turn into fluctuations for me. With his frenzied voice, the vast temporal space where the 73 ancestors resided twisted entirely, every inch of space transforming into surging waves, or seemingly notes of music, composing a battle hymn. The battle hymn resounded within their minds. The entire space-time transformed into countless notes, and within this space-time, the 73 ancestors were chaotically stirred, torn, destroyed. Facing Mo Man Lord fueling his main combat avatar with a terrifying strike, they gave their all in response. Among the ancestors, a sphere was there, a perfect sphere. No matter how much magnified, it remained a perfect sphere. That was Origin. Among the 100+ ancestors in the innate primordial life camp, only 4 qualified to hold a seat in the land of eternity. Origin was one of them. It was the strongest in defense among all life forms in the infinite primordial space. Its existence demonstrated various defense daos. Settle. It remained undisturbed in place, unaffected by the horrifying fluctuation. However, it could only settle a small surrounding area. After all, Mo Man Lord's move turned the vast temporal space completely into his fluctuation weapon. The extensive range and great power made even Origin's garrison range small. Suppress. Among the 73 ancestors, a winding great serpent roared, forcefully sealing space and attempting to suppress all fluctuations. It was the infinite snake ancestor, the highest leader of the entire infinite great snake clan, and the most respected existence in the innate primordial life camp. Ranking among the top 3 in strength, it was undying and unmatched, also the absolute war party leading force against the cultivator camp. Its power to suppress space was utterly terrifying, but at this moment, an extraordinary power suppressed it. The infinite snake ancestor looked in anger and astonishment towards a distance, at that starlight lord. It knew. The only one on the Lord's side who could suppress its spatial expertise was that Starlight Lord. The Starlight Lord had silently stepped in, aiding its companion. "Ha ha ha, brother Mo Man, I'm here too." The reckless voice of the Golden Lord rang out. "Damn ancestors, I've endured you for too long. Time to make you understand the price of offending us lords." His voice was somewhat frenzied, dividing into 13 black auras suddenly. The 13 black auras appeared out of nowhere at critical nodes in the ancestors' area. As Mo-Man used the vast temporal space as notes, when the space-time shook the fiercest, the Golden Lord's 13 black auras merged at the critical nodes. Boom. 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 13 explosions. This terrifying explosive power leveraged a single force to trigger 1,000 forces, 1,000 to trigger 1,000,000, continuing consecutively. The process happened instantaneously, causing power to surge to unfathomable heights. The 13 explosions not only had terrifying power, but also precise locations, perfectly coordinating with Mo-Man's move. The explosion and fluctuation completely overlapped. These were two lords unleashing recklessly, and this terrifying fluctuation instantly swept over every ancestor, seemingly intending to erase them from their quintessential existence. The ancestors fully resisted as well. These lords have gone mad. Burning the main combat avatar in desperation, everyone brace yourselves. The ancestors were shocked, but still put forth their best effort to resist. Yet, the all-out attack from Mo-Man and Jin burning their main combat avatars was so horrifying, forcibly causing over a dozen ancestors, with weaker protective abilities, to suffer severe injuries. Any ancestor had incredibly tenacious life force, with companions assisting them. Killing an ancestor was extremely difficult. Die. The most terrifying explosive power had just diminished, and the severely injured dozen ancestors hadn't yet taken a breath when they saw the endless radiant golden thunder. Golden lightning, dazzling and brilliant, struck those 12 severely injured ancestors in an instant. Lord Ming Huang. Her lightning is unavoidable, and once unleashed, it never misses. At this critical moment of eruption, she too spared no effort, burning her main battle avatar to launch the strongest 12 strikes, all targeting these 12 ancestors, making them feel the golden lightning obliterate every part of their bodies. The power of their surrounding companions helped to block it, enabling them to persevere. Slash. Luo Feng also swung the sky-splitting saber in his hand, with each slash containing a 10,000th of his energy reserve, which was also his utmost in a single strike. Hundreds of blade lights were slashed out in the blink of an eye. After these blade lights were slashed, guided by the elemental array, and with the help of Starlight Lord's spacetime, hundreds of blade lights descended into the depths of those ancestors, approaching the flanks of the 12 ancestors. RIP. These ancestors had different abilities, most could withstand or avoid the attacks, but one unfortunate ancestor took a slash from Luo Feng head-on. The ancestor, already hanging by a thread, was forcibly cleaved in two by the slash. With its body split into two, its strength declined further. "Yun Mo, quickly enter my body," the initial promptly transmitted upon seeing this. As long as it hid inside, no one in the entire infinite primordial space could harm it, but during war, the initial would only allow other ancestors to hide inside when in a state of severe injury. After all, during war, hiding inside meant one less ancestor fighting. Facing the lords, one less ancestor was tolerable, but losing 10 ancestors would likely lead to collapse. Die. Suddenly, from another timeline, an enormous hand descended into reality, holding both spacetime and the divided Yunmo ancestor. Starlight. Yunmo ancestor was startled and angered. "Yunmo, fuse with me," a voice arose in its heart. Yunmo ancestor calmed down as its body turned into endless light, which the space-time hand could not completely confine, transcending time and space. The endless light flew into the body of another distant colossal being. Thank you, infinite ancestor, for saving my life. Grateful, Yunmo ancestor hid inside this massive being. This massive being was a gigantic sphere of light, containing endless light within. It was the infinite ancestor. One of the top 3 powerhouses in the innate primordial life camp, it theoretically had the possibility of complete death, which is why it couldn't secure a spot in the land of eternity. However, within the innate primordial life camp, the ancestors greatly respected it. Because it was too powerful, on par with the infinite snake ancestor. Their initial, indeed, was undying, but its strength among the ancestors was just below average. Infinite ancestor, one of the 9 emperors of the innate primordial life camp. Starlight watched this scene, slightly frowning. The 9 emperors of the innate primordial life camp are the 9 highest ranking among over 100 ancestors, consisting of 4 undying beings and 5 extremely formidable ones. The infinite ancestor was one of the 9 emperors. It, the infinite snake ancestor, and the silent extinction ancestor were the top 3 among the ancestors, with only the infinite snake ancestor having a seat in the land of eternity. The infinite ancestor indeed faced the potential of total annihilation, but the 8 lords of the cultivator camp could not accomplish this. Only 2 existences in the infinite primordial space could restrain it. And even then, it was merely restraint, to kill it. It required a multifaceted cooperation to have hope. Because of the possibility of death, the infinite ancestor was the absolute main battle faction of the innate primordial life camp, seeking to devour more source world origin to advance further. Hold steady, these lords want to take advantage of our unfamiliarity with the new lord's methods to launch a counterattack. The enormous ball of light conveyed to everyone, once we understand their methods, we will have ways to counter them. Be careful, Mo Man is in again, the Thousand Eyes ancestor anxiously said. What? All the ancestors couldn't believe it. A breath ago, wasn't Mo Man desperately burning his main battle avatar? They did not know that when Mo Man, Jin, and Ming Huang burned their main battle avatars, they left behind a weak avatar hidden and protected by the Starlight Lord. After burning their main battle avatars, their weak avatars were immediately restored to the pinnacle by Luo Feng. Yuan needed to master the formation, Starlight needed to control space-time. Their cooperation stabilized the situation. Wu Lan and Luo Feng needed to withstand the opponent's attacks and maintain the battle array. The 4 of them needed to remain in a constant pinnacle state. Lord Nai Jiyu, containing various ancestor bloodline methods, was quite comprehensive, but his desperate means were not as formidable as the other 3. Mo Man, Jin, Ming Huang, their paths, once burning the main battle avatar without sparing energy, became very terrifying. Ha ha ha, I'm back again. Accompanied by Mo Man Lord's mind-shaking voice, the ancestors felt the situation worsen. They were powerful, had strong life force, and could coordinate with each other. Even when facing the lords who mastered the essence of power, they were unafraid. But when Mo Man and the others could repeatedly burn their main battle avatars and fight, how long could they withstand? This time, Mo Man Lord transformed into waves of grey fluctuations. These grey fluctuations had no impact on space-time, but completely penetrated every ancestor's body, demonstrating another lethal move of the primordial fluctuation Dao, the soul fluctuation kill. The ancestors, whose life cores were their origins and extremely strong, resisted this strange fluctuation. I'm here too, Jin Lord's arrogant voice sounded. This time, destruction rifts appeared in vast territories, sweeping past already heavily injured ancestors, and finally, 2 severely injured ancestors were devoured by the destruction rifts. This caused the other ancestors to be shocked and enraged, as 2 fellow companions had fallen in battle. Before this war, only 3 primordial ancestors had died. Through the tempering of war, the remaining ancestors have gained more experience, and the Lord's side has not had any results for a long time. But now, 2 more ancestors have died. Golden Lord's techniques, the realm of destruction, are indeed above mine. Among a group of ancestors, there was a restrained black light, within which stood a figure, seemingly humanoid, seemingly a bird. This was the silent extinction ancestor, one of the 9 emperors of the innate primordial life camp, ranking in the top 3. Among these 9 emperors, 6 participated in the battle. They were 4 undying and undying beings, along with the infinite ancestor and the silent extinction ancestor. This newcomer lord possesses the power to quickly restore companions to the pinnacle. Silent extinction ancestor looked distantly at Luo Feng. He is the key node. Serpent, infinite, initial, I will try to deal with the new lord. Silent extinction ancestor's voice rang in the minds of the 3 companions. If we cannot break this node, we should first avoid battle. All right. The infinite snake ancestor, infinite ancestor, and initial all responded. These ancestors had many cooperative strategies, and the avoidance strategy was one they were reluctant to choose, but the current situation was too dire, and if the silent extinction ancestor also failed, they could only avoid battle. These exchanges were slow in words, but in reality, the ancestors' mental communication took only an instant. Let's attack together and deal with that new lord. The voice of the silent extinction ancestor echoed in the minds of 6 other ancestors, who were either thousand-eyed, or enchanting creatures, or an exotic beast shining with starlight. The silent extinction ancestor took the lead, with 6 ancestors supporting, cooperating in their attack. New Lord, please succumb to extinction. A cold voice echoed in Luo Feng's soul. As Luo Feng was attacked, Lord Minghuang also burned his main battle avatar, and his body melted into terrifying golden thunder, passing through the obstructions of time and space, locking onto each severely injured ancestor, making escape impossible. An endless light spread. A phantom emerged. The ancestors also did everything possible to help their companions. As long as this new lord is severely injured, the situation can change. Silent extinction ancestor had this premonition. Boom. Luo Feng felt his soul was akin to a vast and resilient great mountain, with the enemy's power concentrated into a giant hammer covering the sky and earth, smashing onto his soul. This was a joint attack on the mind and body by 7 ancestors, including the silent extinction ancestor, Thousand Eyes ancestor, and Star Luo ancestor. In an instant, Luo Feng's soul roared, and an invisible force permeated every part of Luo Feng's body, leading his body towards collapse and destruction. Is it silent extinction ancestor and the others? Although Luo Feng's soul roared, he remained entirely clear-headed. He pursued the ultimate strength in life. His primordial life and death Tao contained 6 systems, with the mind-consciousness system being a key part of it, making his soul extremely strong among lords of the same level, and compared to those ancestors, frighteningly strong. Even withstanding the full power attack of silent extinction ancestor and their ilk, everything remained intact, with 10 billion and 80 million origin restoring 1/10 of the energy every moment, quickly expelling all alien energies from his body. We failed. Silent extinction ancestor looked on from afar, sighing softly, as expected. Thousand Eyes ancestor, Star Luo ancestor, and others were quite helpless. The joint attack by the ancestors was generally influenced by the elemental array, passing multiple lords' domain blocks and weakening. The elemental array would lead, making Wulan withstand most of the attack, with Luo Feng bearing a smaller portion. But the mind-based killing blow of the 7, including silent extinction ancestor, could bypass the elemental array and domain's hindrance, directly targeting Luo Feng's body. With this technique, the innate primordial life camp had killed other camps beings of the same level. But this killing blow was much less effective against the 8 lords of the cultivator camp. On one hand, each of the lords was immortal, and even if they endured this blow, only Lord Nigu and Golden Lord would be affected, with strength impaired. Others were all unafraid. Their techniques could not lock onto the Starlight Lord, nor could they touch the Yuan's soul. Wu Lan could easily withstand any attack. Luo Feng remained stalwart. Ming Huang and Mo Man, these two lords, were both extremely strong in mind and could easily resist mind-related harm, leaving only minor physical injuries. In the past, this technique could target Lord Nigu and Golden Lord, once plunging the Lord's side into crisis, but with Luo Feng's arrival, the defensibility of the Lord's side increased comprehensively. Avoid battle. Infinite Ancestor's voice resonated in the spirit of every ancestor. Under the thunderous fury of Ming Huang, Infinite Ancestor instantly transformed into vast and endless light, dazzlingly bright, shading the vast realm where ancestors resided, assimilating many ancestors' bodies. Swoosh! The endless light abruptly contracted, reduced to a point, and withdrew into a giant sphere. In the vast space, all other ancestors vanished, leaving only one enormous sphere in place. They have avoided battle. 8 figures observed the giant sphere, lacking even the desire to strike. Ha ha ha, how satisfying. All those long years of scheming, and I only managed to kill 3 ancestors with the weakest survival abilities. This time, I killed 3 in such a short time. Jin laughed heartily, feeling utterly pleased. Indulgently using the forbidden technique, treating the forbidden technique of burning the main battle avatar, as if it were a move used every moment, this feeling was amazingly wonderful. Starlight, did you get all 3 ancestor corpses? Ming Huang looked at Starlight. In the last moments, under her assault with the burning main battle avatar, even though the ancestors defended with all their might and retreated, she still managed to kill 1. Don't worry. In terms of temporal and spatial insights, no one surpasses me. The instant you killed it, I grabbed its corpse into another timeline, Starlight chuckled. An ancestor dead and defenseless, he could immediately take it away. Thankfully, we concealed the information about Luo Feng's breakthrough in advance, catching these ancestors off guard, resulting in such success. Yuan also felt relieved and relaxed. The tides of this war have completely turned. Didn't you see that group of ancestors hiding inside Initial to avoid battle? Previously, in the war, the ancestor side held the advantage. No matter how Starlight calculated, they couldn't overcome the absolute disparity in strength, and could only watch as their territories fell step by step. Now, everything has changed, forcing the ancestors to choose to avoid battle. If exposed in advance, with the insights of the innate primordial life camp and a definite target, they could deduce much information. They might have dispatched reinforcements, or temporarily retreated, Starlight said. Luo Feng, however, looked at the massive sphere in the distance and said, "We have no way to deal with this initial ancestor. The 8 of us together, can we move it to some dangerous place in the infinite primordial space?" "Indeed, we have no way to deal with it," Yuan nodded. "No one in the entire infinite primordial space can deal with it," Starlight also said. Luo Feng understood from the intelligence about the initial ancestor. The intelligence recorded. The initial ancestor represented the ultimate defense of the infinite primordial space. It cannot be destroyed, cannot be shaken. But it moves slowly, attacks clumsily, and can be ignored as if it doesn't exist. Its body is quite special, Wu Lan said. In terms of robustness, it is comparable to me. But its body has the incredible ability to perfectly disperse power. Even if it were me, attacking with full force, 99% of the power would be transferred and neutralized, Jin said. The remaining 1% power faces a robustness akin to Wu Lan's body. Luo Feng was shocked. Jin is among the lords with incredibly strong killing abilities, and even his techniques can be neutralized by 99%. In the infinite primordial space, if other entities attacked, leaving even 1,000th or 1/10,000th would be remarkable. Where it is, seems like a fixed point in time and space, unshakable, immovable, Starlight said. Can't move it at all. Luo Feng murmured. Wu Lan said, if the power were strong enough, it might be possible to move it. But our power, once transferred and neutralized, leaves possibly only 1,000th. Naturally, it cannot be moved. Luo Feng understood. Brother Luo Feng, you could try, Ming Huang laughed, you could slash it freely, it won't fight back. Even if it fought back, it wouldn't be worth mentioning, Mo Man also laughed. Luo Feng also knew among the ancestors, initial ranked lower mid-level in terms of deterrence, even worse compared to the lords. Each lord could rival the ancestors at the highest level. Let's try. Luo Feng was also curious about the strongest defensive existence in the infinite primordial space. He watched the massive sphere ahead. It was denser than the source world, even becoming a fixed point in spacetime. Just looking at it, Luo Feng could feel the profound mysteries of many Daos it embodies, the mysteries of life, the mysteries of matter, all the mysteries wonderfully united and complete, itself a miraculous existence. Luo Feng stretched out his hand, and the sky-splitting saber appeared in his hand. Swoosh! The sky-splitting saber instantly pierced through the space-time distance, carrying infinite power and slashing towards the massive sphere. At the moment of impact, Luo Feng felt as if the blade struck the void, with no sensation of contact. Even when part of the force followed the life lock, forcefully transmitted, only faint traces of blade light touched the giant sphere's surface. But even this 1,000th of the blade light's power didn't leave a mark on the sphere. Starlight laughed, the fact that you can hit it, Luo Feng, is already not bad. The massive sphere suddenly emitted a deep voice, this lord who struck, are you the 8th lord of your cultivator camp? Your cultivator camp is truly fortunate to produce a new lord during the genocidal war. Initial, do you choose to continue fighting, or will you end the war? Yuan looked at him, if you continue, we will accompany you. Beside the massive sphere, 4 avatars suddenly appeared. They were the infinite snake ancestor, the infinite ancestor, the silent extinction ancestor, and the inference fire ancestor, the core war faction among the 9 emperors of the innate primordial life camp. Do you really think that with one more lord, you can win? The infinite snake ancestor coiled in the void, staring at Luo Feng and his 7, the cultivator camp should be our food, with no right to resist. Who is whose food? Jin sneered, our lords are undying and undying. You ancestors are our food. We hunt you, making each of you our cultivation resources. Let me count, up until now, haven't we killed 20 ancestors? While not a single lord of ours is missing. Yes, 20 ancestors have died, but due to your death threat, we also birthed 32 new ancestors. Silent extinction ancestor said calmly, the weak ones died. The ones who survived are even stronger. This video will end here.